It wasn't built that way. It was built from the heart. Now, unfortunately, we didn't always use our heads. And we can do better in many respects because we are wiser and smarter and know more and those kinds of things. But one of the most important things, one of my largest wishes is that we build next from the heart. And that people that are thinking about coming to work for us or buying our products or who want to sell us things feel that. That we're doing this because we have a passion about it. We're doing this because we really care about the higher educational process. Not because we want to make a buck. Not because, we just want to do it to do it.
Jobs can be overbearing and impatient, but this team knows what to expect and is not easily intimidated. They are smart and they are focused, and their preferred language is computerese.
They actually provided analogous to rehearsal worlds when you drop in a small talk. Torch provided you a way to drop actually into the seashell and program the actions that happen when you double-click on an icon or when you drop something on an icon.
We have to create a product that's an order of magnitude more powerful than the current generation of PCs.
For 2 solid days, the group listens to progress reports from each department. The goal is to arrive at design decisions, production deadlines, and a marketing strategy aimed at selling on college campuses.
Define the problem.
The point is that June, July, and August are time frames when people do work. When the school's out, and when the people, the researchers, and the staff that deal with making computing happen for September, that's when they do work.
That's like a bomb run. You don't change your target when you're in the bomb run.
From the sidelines, Jobs probes and challenges. He has a remarkable ability to identify the conclusions implicit in what the others have to say.
So really, the next 90 days are real important.
We are going to make it or break it based on whether we can provide products to higher education and services and relationships to higher education that no one else provides. And I think we ought to spend 100% of our time thinking about that. And if we can't do that, then we ought to go broke. There needs to be someone who is sort of the keeper and reiterator of the vision. Because there's just a ton of work to do. And a lot of times, when you have to walk 1,000 miles and you take the first step, it looks like a long ways. And it really helps if there's someone there saying, well, we're one step closer. The goal definitely exists. It's not just a mirage out there. So in 1,001 little and sometimes larger ways, the vision needs to be reiterated. I do that a lot. There was the price one, the schedule one,
technology.
and technology.
Yeah.
Jobs continually interrupts to focus the lens of his vision on priorities. By the end of the first day, the team has established the critical importance of keeping the price of the computer within the reach of students and professors and bringing the product to market by spring 1987. A survey of college campuses has indicated that the new computer should sell for no more than $3,000 to be considered affordable. Since college buying takes place in the summer, Jobs is concerned that a failure to have their product ready by spring 1987 will delay the company an entire year.
If we don't deliver this by spring 87, we're out of business. So my first priority is to make sure this damn thing is out by spring 87.
I think spring can basically push out to summer, but I also hear that is number one.
Right.
I guess I disagree with price being the second thing, because unless we have this technology that wows people, we're not going to have a firm foundation that people are going to buy from. And I think people are going to be a lot more flexible, saying, well, geez, this runs 3 times faster, 7 times faster than, a
Well,
computer.
what's the highest we could go here?
Oh, Bruce's argument is that technology jumps ahead of price.
Well, we couldn't make this 5,000. I think they didn't say if you made it go 3 times faster, we'd pay 4,000. They didn't say that.
That's right. They said if it's $3,000, it's a hot product.
They said, you're over 3,000, forget it.
Yeah.
That's their magic number. They've also told us that nobody else says they can do that. And they think that's a really big number. Now, whether it is or not, in reality, who knows? Whether it is or not in terms of their commitment to push us, we've established that.
That's right.
If we really do believe that we have to ship this by summer of 87, then how are you going to move that up? I don't think price is going to change the schedule that much. I think the real risk is in the technology. It's not in the cost.
There's another option. You can go to the spring of 88.
Yeah, we could. But the problem is if we do that, then
Well, wait.
no, that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is the world isn't standing still. So by the spring of '88, well, we want color. The technology window sort of passes us by, and all the work we've done, we throw down the toilet, we start over, and since we proved we can't do something great in 18 months, why should we believe we could do it, a year later?
I don't care what you say. Reality distortion is reality distortion, and it has its motivational value, and that's fine. And I think it has a very strong point and a very important value. However, when it comes to that date affecting the design of the product, that's when we get into a rut, real deep shit. Because if we are unrealistic about this date, we make design decisions that we then have to go over, reiterate, throw out, start all over again. And you told us yesterday we have a past, and unfortunately some of us can't get rid of that past. And I remember a past where we put out a list this long about the software that was going to ship with our product. As you recall, the list was formidable, and we all thought we could do it in 12 months. 15 packages.
So
right?
maybe what we ought to do, though, is say, see, I think we have to drive a stake in the ground somewhere, and I think if we miss this window, then a whole series of events come into play. We can't sell enough units in '87 to pay for our operating costs. Okay? Word gets out that we're not doing that well. A lot of the credibility starts to erode. I don't know. You can make up all these fantasies. We've got to have a stake in the ground.
Okay, the problem I've got, though, is one, will everybody believe that the stake is in fact in the ground? And secondly, when software comes back and says what they can do by summer or spring of '87, will they be telling us the truth? That's what I'm worried about.
Rely on.
Well,
That's exactly my point. We've got a person here that said he could do a word processor in 6 months. It's taking 3 years.
Well, George, I can't change the world, What do you want me to do? What's the solution?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't want to hear, just because we blew it last time, we're going to blow it this time.
But you see, what we can learn is why...
What I want is probably irrelevant. There are certain realities here, both psychological and market, that are going to come into play, in my own personal judgment. And I think this is a window that we've got. We've been given it, and thank God we've been given it. Nobody else has done this. It's a wonderful window. We have 18 months. So I don't think we have a company if we don't do this. No matter what I say or anybody else says, that is my deepest belief. If we don't do this, we will not be able to attract great people. We will not be able to retain some of the ones we have. And, it just won't be us. And I find myself making lists of things we don't know, and then I remember that our company is 90 days old. And I look back to all the things we do know. And it's really phenomenal how far we've come in 90 days.
Boy, I've forgotten how much work it actually is to start a company. It's a lot of work. And you've got to do everything. You've got to come up with a name. You've got to come up with a logo. In addition to designing the product, you've got to figure out what to design. You've got to figure out how you're going to get it to the marketplace. You've got to do a part number system. You've got to go get bank accounts. You've got to set up charts, general ledgers, get a management information system, get a little kitchen set up, get a coffee maker, all this stuff.
Where are we going to?